From stagnation to breakthrough, the method that resets your life. And I don't know what went wrong, so my apologies for the sound that was a bit too loud. I think the volume here is also a bit too loud. Let me just turn the volume a bit off. Now it's more balanced. So now we can start. Right, are you ready? So keep on giving me feedback if there's any problems with echo, etc. Then I would like to adjust it ASAP. So let's get the ball rolling started, because some of you have been saying, Jav, I've been really struggling with stagnation in my life, and I would like to really address this issue. And this is why I'm here for you tonight, to assist you as far as I can to the best of my ability. So, yeah, everybody in our lives, sooner or later, we will experience a moment, a time, a season of stagnation. And stagnation, isn't just simply being lazy or unmotivated. It's more about that. It's more about than just that. It's a deeper misalignment between who you are becoming and how you live your life now. So this is what's busy happening. So when your actions, your beliefs, and your emotions remain fixed, you fall into circular loops. And then you're doing more of the same thing over and over, and yet you're experiencing different, that the results is just not coming through in your life. And this is the frustration. And the danger of stagnation is it diminishes your vitality, your sense of direction, and your capacity to respond to life consciously. You see, you might feel stuck, powerless, or trapped, but the deeper issue is your inner system no longer matches your higher self. So there's now a misalignment. There's now a bit of a clash between from outside and inside. And this is what we need to look at tonight, and how we can address this misalignment in our lives. And one thing that I would like to highlight again is to show you the typical limiting belief systems that many times go along with the stagnation that we experience. And there's identity-based belief systems in our mind, and fear-based, and then learned helplessness, and also emotional avoidance belief systems, and then also the scarcity mindset. So let's have a look first at the identity-based belief systems that we have to become aware of. And this is what is many times the problem, the mindset. And first of all, let's have a look at the identity-based belief systems, like I'm just not the type of person who succeeds. I don't believe in myself. I can't do it. No, I'm not good enough for doing it. I'm not up for this task. And people like me don't get opportunities like that, and I just don't deserve it. So it's all about our identity and our self-esteem that may be suffering here. And then our belief system will, in this regard, will hold us back so that we can't become the best version of ourselves. And this could be very, very frustrating when that happens in your life. So this is the first belief systems that we have to address, namely our identity-based belief systems that causing these limitations. And then the fear-based ones is, if I'll try, for instance, I'll fail and embarrass myself. So fear is holding us back because of past failures, or just that inner critic in you just causing you to doubt yourself. And for instance, if I open up, I'll get hurt again, so I'm not going to try this. I'm rather going to stay where I am currently. And then we've got this learned helplessness belief system that we are struggling with. And this is, for instance, nothing I do ever changes anything. So why bother? Life always goes back to the same place. Doesn't matter how hard I try, I will never get it. So then the mindset just holds us back in terms of the learned helplessness, what we've been experiencing in the past. And then we get the emotional avoidance belief systems like, if I confront this, it will be too painful, so I'd rather avoid it, I'd rather suppress it, I don't want to deal with it. And because of that, we remain stuck. We don't confront ourselves. Or it's better to stay where I am than to risk feeling exposed. And here we remain stuck again. And then the scarcity mindset. Oh, there's so many other people who's doing this and it won't work for me, so I will rather not even bother trying. There's no point starting. I don't have the resources. I can't. And we always say, oh, there's many other people that's doing that kind of thing, and no, it's not going to work for me. And then everybody else is ahead of me. I'm too late, so it won't work for me. So this scarcity mindset can also then cause us to be totally stuck in a rut. And this is what we need to become aware of and do some soul search by identifying the limiting belief systems that's holding us back and that causes us to be stuck eventually. As I always say, it's not the circumstances that matter, it's state of being that matters. It's the mindset that we have to identify. Sometimes we become our own worst enemy, especially when we feel being the victim of our circumstances and blame our environment, blame things around us, instead of doing a soul search in terms of our own limiting belief systems that could be the real obstacle causing us not to move forward. So this is what I would love to help you tonight to understand the essence of your mindset that we need to confront in order to break through the stagnation. And when you are in a place of stagnation, from this point of view, it's actually just good. It's good to understand that you're in a place of stagnation because you need to do soul searching and asking yourself, what limiting belief system do I have currently that may be holding me back? And this is why I have this graph here, this picture here for you to give you some hints, a guideline in which of these areas do you struggle in terms of your confidence and believing in yourself or not, and therefore you're holding yourself back of your own success. Just like our mindset can be the biggest obstacle, your mindset can become your best asset in this case to break out of it, out of this stagnation. It's what I want to help you tonight to break through. You see, stagnation does a lot of damage to us. It does a lot of damage. First, it drains your momentum. You lose your psychological energy to start or finish things, even when they matter to you. It drains your momentum. It confuses your direction because you struggle to choose a path because nothing feels aligned or meaningful, and you keep second guessing yourself, which leads to hesitation and scattered effort. And then thirdly, what stagnation does to you is it is a repeat of old emotional loops. You react the same way to similar triggers, reinforcing the emotion rather than resolving it. And the past becomes the blueprint for your present, the present moment. And the past keeps on replaying the same frustration, the same guilt, or the same fear over and over, these repeated loops that we struggle with. And fourthly, what stagnation does to us, it prevents new opportunities. You see, you miss chances for growth because you're mentally and emotionally anchored to the familiar rather Be with the devil you know than the devil you don't know. Life becomes a cycle of almost moments that dissolve before they can turn into progress in our lives. And this is what I would like you to become aware of, how stagnation can cause a lot of damage to us. And the last point, it disconnects you from your highest excitement. You lose that spark that makes you feel alive, creative, and internally guided. So what happens? You settle for comfort instead of following the impulses that lead to our breakthroughs in our lives. And this is something that is so important to understand what stagnation is doing to you. It is, in other words, not just a comfort zone. That comfort zone that you are in of stagnation is also very destructive. Become aware of it, that it's not good for you, and it can cause a lot of damage in your life. Now, the breakthrough principle that I would like to share with you tonight has got to do with knowing that intention must become stronger than your fear. So it's very clear tonight that you need to put a pen in a paper somewhere down and start journaling. What intentions would you like to put out, especially for the new year? What is your highest excitement in the present moment, to identify what excites me now? What am I passionate now? Because breakthrough starts the moment your desired direction carries more weight than your limiting beliefs. I spoke about limiting beliefs, and I could have spoken more, but due to time restraint, I just gave you a few examples of limiting beliefs. You see, your inner GPS, your inner compass then overrides your old survival programming when the excitement leads you towards the intention. That is a powerful tool to help you to break through. You see, clarity then disrupts the repeating loop in our lives. You need to become aware also of that loop. How does the loop look like when you are stagnated? See, when you define what you actually want, your mind stops recycling the past and begins constructing a new path forward. The future of the unknown versus the familiar future. The future of the all possibilities versus the future of familiarity. You see, action aligns your identity with your intention. That's what I love about this formula that I've been sharing with you so far this year. Every intentional action, no matter how small, signals to your soul that you are no longer the old version of yourself. You are shedding off the old skin, and now momentum builds and your system shifts into growth. That's what I want to help you tonight to understand, this powerful principle that we can break through. This is the breakthrough principle based on what I'm going to share with you the rest of this time together. And I can't do it without sharing the ancient master formula. Many of you have tuned in before, you've heard of this formula. And tonight, I would like to share with you once again this powerful, ancient, timeless formula that you can follow in order to break out of your loop, that stagnant situation that you find yourself in. There is a way out, but there's a formula that I would like to share with you that you need to implement, and you need to take the courage to start somewhere with it and just give it a go, give it a try. You'll see it will work. So this formula is the guide that will help you from inner conflict to inner command, to align your thoughts and your emotions, your behavior, and direction with your intention and your direction that you want to go. So here are the components of the ancient master formula. It's got to do with you acting on your highest excitement in the present moment, no matter how big or small it is, to explore what is your highest excitement in the present moment and to act on it immediately by putting out your intention of what you want, a clear intention of what you want. That inner compass that's guiding you to choose actions that feel expansive in your life. And you do this by acting with integrity and release your rigid expectations. What are those rigid expectations? Nothing else than your limiting belief systems, the loop. And in this process, as you apply this formula, stay present, stay in the moment, and choose an empowered mindset. Reset yourself, realign yourself with belief systems that serve you better. And as you set, according to point 4, a clear intention to break repeated cycles, that is the key here. You set out your intention of what you want, the different thing that you want for 2026 and going forward. And expose and dismantle your limiting beliefs in this process. And crucially important to acknowledge your low vibrational emotions in this process, which are just echoes of past wounds. Because in this context, we speak about emotions, which is a record of the past. Emotions is a record of the past. Therefore, we stay in this loop, past, future, the predictable future, and this repeating loop guided by low vibrational emotions like guilt and fear. And that's why you're going to have to acknowledge these low vibrational emotions when they come, those doubt. Acknowledge it, accept these emotions is here, they are here. Can't deny it, feel it, acknowledge it, but realize it's not helping you, they are just echoes of the past, backed up by painful and traumatic memories that we have, that we're going to have to expose, to become aware of. And when you charge your intentions with elevated emotions, feel it in advance. Feel that joy in advance. Feel the freedom in advance, although you're not there. Feel the gratitude in advance. The elevated emotion in advance that you feel. And that's what I want to help you tonight. To feel the elevated emotions in advance. The formula here is all about helping you to feel the emotion in advance. You may be stuck where you are currently at. But if you don't feel the emotion aligned with your intention of what you want, then you will remain stuck, because the word emotion means in motion. So to be in motion towards what you want, we need to have the desired emotion intentionally futuristic. Feel it in advance. Feel the freedom of your new business. Feel the freedom of that promotion that you get. Feel the freedom of going on holiday. You feel the emotion in advance. And this is the whole idea of breaking the stagnant state that we are in, to not only have a vision. Many people say you must have a vision, it's good. Then you need to assign an intention towards that vision. That intention must have a clear intention. But what we are saying here, the cherry on top, is to assign an elevated emotion towards it. Feel it in advance. Feelings is what is driving us towards getting what we want. You all know what I mean, especially that first time when you who took your beloved one out for a date, or before the day before you did it, there was excitement. You could imagine yourself how it would be like. And this is very important to have that kind of mindset of expectation through your intention, to charge your intention with these elevated emotions. And then what happens as you apply this formula? Start recognizing the synchronicities as signs of your alignment, because synchronicities will come automatically when you act on your highest excitement to the best of your ability, with zero insistence on the outcome, to the best of your ability, with integrity, as I said. Addressing your limiting belief system, stay in the present moment. Synchronicities will follow you. You don't have to search for synchronicities. Synchronicities will confirm you are on the right path. Synchronicities is when doors open for you. Synchronicities come when doors close for you. Synchronicities is the flow of life when you act on your highest excitement to the best of your ability. It takes you in a direction. Trust your inner compass. It's guiding you. Become aware of your lower physical self, the ego, the fear-based, the pride that wants to keep you back in logic state. And your logic state and your emotional state could hold you back based on your old belief systems. And that's why many people say, I'm not going to try it anyway. It doesn't make sense. I'm not going to try to start my own new business. I'm just going to stay here in this comfort zone. And they remain stagnant. So this formula. Before I move on, I want to just show you once more this slide. Follow your inner compass. Act on your highest excitement. And if you don't know what your highest excitement is, stay in the present moment. Explore until you find out in the present moment what your highest excitement is. Act on it by putting out your intention. Give it a go to the best of your ability when you send out that CV. Give it a go when you put out your intention of what you want to achieve. You do it to the best of your ability. You feel the elevated emotion in advance. And what happens when you feel the elevated emotion in advance and you follow this whole wonderful formula? Point 8, the 8th principle says, recognize, you don't have to search for it. It will come your way. Synchronicities, the alignment, the confirmation. You think of someone and that someone phones you. You're putting out the intention and then you get a confirmation that you're on the right path. Life, the universe, God has got so many ways to just come out and bless you with synchronicities in your life. Now, this is the beauty when we act on our highest excitement. How this formula helps you to reset your life. It reorganizes your mental clutter in your life because you're breaking the pattern. All that mental clutter, you are letting it go. You are setting yourself free because it converts emotional chaos into clarity when you act on your highest excitement to the best of your ability. It turns intention into measurable behavior, and more about that later in this broadcast. You see, it also, when you do act on your highest excitement to the best of your ability with zero insistence on the outcome, stay in the present moment and become aware of your limiting belief systems. You are now reconnecting with your highest direction. Many people are living a life not according to their highest direction. They live according to fear. They live according to they just survive from day to day. They stay in that loop from daily survival without asking, what is it that you really enjoy to have a purposeful life? Simple. Stay in the present moment. Many of you say, Jeff, I may battle with depression, but even in a deep state of depression, the universe give you nudges and cues, small cues, points of what is your highest excitement, maybe a 5-second cue. That's a sign. Act on that. Act on it. Start somewhere with this formula. Start somewhere. Use the spark. Create a spark. Don't wait for the fire to start. Watch out for the spark of what's being given to you in terms of your highest excitement. And that's the power. When you act on your highest excitement, it reconnects you with your highest direction. And what I want to do now, I would like to show you a tool that we have created between me and especially the developer of this tool, a gentleman with the name of Rian Pretorius, a very, very gifted young man who was the developer behind the Life Master app. This whole concept of acting on your highest excitement to the best of your ability, we've been saying there must be a way to help people to implement this, what their dreams are, in a practical way. There must be a way. It can't just be theory or idea or a pipe dream. And how can we extract, when we take this formula, how can we apply it practical in our lives? And this is what I want to show you now. There is a way. And I'm going to share with you now a video clip that you must just watch for about 2.5 minutes, where I'm going to explain to you in more detail about how this app is working. And if you feel stuck and you would like to put out the intention, you use this formula in a practical way. There's now an app available at Google Play Store. And let's see how it can help you to change direction and find your purpose in your life by staying in the present moment and becoming aware through your journaling, through your mood assessment, what is happening and in the present moment, where is my highest excitement showing up. Let's have a look at this advertisement.
If you are tired of feeling overwhelmed, scattered, or stuck in repeating patterns, meet the app created to help you break through. Life Master is your all-in-one life tracker that helps you understand yourself on a deeper level, giving you the clarity you need to take control of your days with purpose. Stop wasting time with 5 separate apps for journaling, moods, tasks, habits, and goals. Life Master brings all your data into one powerful integrated system. For the first time, you see the true cause and effect. Your moods directly linked to your tasks. Your habits influence your energy, and your journal reveals the meaning behind your recurring choices. You see how every part of your life affects the bigger picture. Imagine knowing precisely that a stressful routine is lowering your mood, or that a single skipped habit is draining your next day's motivation. Life Master highlights these hidden patterns with digital precision, helping you instantly pinpoint what supports your growth and what undermines it. Logging your life takes only seconds, a mood, a habit update, a quick reflection. And over time, these small entries create your personal, meaningful map. And here's our promise. Your life map is yours alone. Your information stays completely private on your device. Nothing is uploaded to servers. Nothing is shared. And nothing is sold. Your data remains fully in your control. So if you're ready for a calmer mind, better routines, and a life guided by insight instead of guesswork, Life Master is built for you. This is the serious personal development tool for people committed to real, lasting transformation. And available for a monthly subscription of just R99.99. Don't just track your life, master it. Download Life Master on the Google Play Store today. Step into clarity now.
Yes, here it is finally after 4 years of working basically day and night on this app. If we're going to have to do it for iOS, it's going to take us another 4 years and another R500,000. So that's why for now we're not going to do it, because it's just too expensive to do it. So we'll see in the future how it will work with iOS, and in the meantime it's only for our Android users. So there it is. This is a fantastic tool that you can use going forward to measure your success habits, to identify your moods, and to assign and connect your journal and your habits and your task with your mood. Everything is just interconnected. That's what I love about this app, the way it was designed, exactly the way we want it, to track your mood and thought patterns, to log in, and lock in your intentions, monitor your behavior streaks, and identify repeating patterns, and guide you to stay aligned with your highest intention. So that's what this is all about. Now, what I would like to share with you now is also practical guidelines to move from stagnation toward mobility. There's some practical guidelines that I would like to highlight tonight that can help you. Number one is start with micro movement. We have to start with tiny actions to disrupt the psychological inaction that we have. Start small. Don't think of the big things. When you act on your highest excitement, it's the small things that happen, small things that matter that you act on, like a 2-minute step done daily, which will do more for your life than waiting for the right moment. Start small. Think of something small tonight where you would like to start working on to break the pattern of stagnation. And second one is to change one emotional pattern in your life. Don't try to change the whole lot. Don't fight your whole emotional world. Change one loop. Become aware of one repeating pattern in your life, and then interrupt that negative emotional energy once a day with a new behavior, like a walk, a breath work, cold water or shower, stretching, something small that will break that cycle. Think outside of the box creatively what will work for you to break the pattern. Something very, very, very small that we start with one emotional pattern. Don't try to change the world. Do it small. Start somewhere. Start small. And this is how we work with breaking away from this whole issue of stagnation. One emotional pattern that you identify, and then you focus on that in your journal system. One thing, and you hold yourself accountable for that one emotional pattern that you want to break. And now, I want to help you to interrupt your identity story. Remember those 5 limiting belief categories that I shared in the beginning? You need to interrupt it. You're going to have to notice the sentence in your mind that keeps you stuck, and challenge it with a simple question. For instance, what if I'm wrong about this belief system? What if I'm wrong? Don't always believe what you're thinking, eh? Because this creates space for a new version of you to emerge. Become aware of that limiting belief system, that little voice, that little devil on your shoulder that's speaking the doubt into your mind. And that will keep you in that loop. And then, as I just said, to interrupt your identity story. This is the challenge here. Then, guideline number 4, you're going to have to break environmental familiarity. That environment that we are in, that we are stuck many times. Change your surroundings, change your routines. Something about your environment and your routine you need to change to find a new path to work. a different workspace, change your surroundings, shift your furniture, whatever is necessary, modified morning ritual, even if you wake up and get out of the bed from the other side. Do something different. A small thing like this can have a significant impact to break away from this being stuck. You see, your brain stops running old patterns when the environment changes. I've seen so many people, the moment when they change their environment, wow, then everything starts to change. Their mood shifts. It's just the whole energetic shift that takes place when you change your environment. That's why it's good to go on holiday. Sometimes good to go away. Sometimes just shift your environment and you change your emotional energy in a matter of seconds when we do that. So then also, apart from breaking away from environmental familiarity, we can also follow by moving on towards truth, not comfort. Here you can ask yourself, where am I not being honest with myself? This is a nice journaling prompt. Where am I not being totally honest with myself? And one honest decision often unlocks more energy than months of forcing discipline in your life. A simple question. Where am I currently not being honest with myself? Even as you're just watching the show now, you can ask yourself the same question. And that can be very powerful. Guideline number 6 is keep your window small. Forget the 5-year plan for now. If you have one, good for you. Bless you. But when you are stuck, rather focus on what must happen in the next 48 hours. Reduce the time frame from 5 years to 48 hours. How's that one? And this brings control back to your hands. The shorter you make it, the more control you can gain over your life. Keep your window small. Channel guideline number 7 is let your body lead the way. Imagine you're taking all of these previous guidelines and you combine it with your body movement. When your body shifts, as you change your environment, your body also starts to shift. Your mind will also follow then, because movement breaks mental stagnation more effectively than your thinking. So when we just start to move, that's why I see elderly people there at the retirement village when they get assistance just to make some movement. It shifts their mood state when they move. And this is the same for us who are younger, or if you're older, doesn't matter. You take this action, move more, get out of the house. Instead of just watching this binge serial TV over the long weekends, get out of your house. And this is just a shift that you are making. I remember many years ago, about 15 years ago, I was in a long period of stagnation. And in retrospect, now I remember how I broke it. I was staying there in the East Rand, and for days, I would just walk for kilometers every day. Just walking, and putting out my intention of where I want to be, and I'm feeling it in advance, what I want to do with my life. And by walking, eventually that movement was my breakthrough in my life. So I can speak from personal experience. When you let your body do the talking and lead the way, you won't stay any longer stagnant. Then guideline number 8 says here, stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for the right moment. Stop waiting when you feel better, when you feel ready. This formula says you put your emotion in the future even. That's your intention, because action creates motivation in our life. This is how it's important. So think of what is your intention tonight that you want to put out to break this whole pattern, and take the first step. Take it boldly. The feeling will arrive later. The feeling will align later. Don't wait it. Don't turn it around. The formula doesn't work like that. And that's why many people don't break out, because they wait for better feelings to come. It doesn't work like it. And then also guideline 9 is, you know what? Why not creating friction with your old self? And you can ask this prompt. Here's another journaling prompt. Powerful question. What would the stuck version of me choose today? It's like playing devil's advocate here. What would the stuck version of me choose today? Eating chocolates and chips and lazing around and sleeping late. And make a list. Then do the opposite. Act by doing the opposite. Because that is identity evolution in motion. Identity evolution in real time. Right. Let's move on towards the last point to help you tonight. Connect with something bigger. Really, some of you are retired and you sit there at home and you're bored. Get involved with something bigger, with a community activity. Something small. Okay? Something in service, something creatively. Nature, community. Because meaning restores motion. I've met people who are extremely wealthy, but they're bored, they're not fulfilled, because they realize it can't just be about themselves. It must be for a bigger cause in their lives. 9, 10 different guidelines that I've been sharing with you tonight that you can apply to bring the necessary change into your life. The question then is tonight, how frustrated are you with your current circumstances? And the more frustrated we are, the better it is, the more ready we are for this change. And that's why my intention was to do this broadcast towards the end of the year. Tomorrow, goodness, tomorrow is the 1st of December, I just see now. Good timing. So that we can reflect on this year, how our life was in this past year, and to make sure that you are advancing with your life by applying these 9 guidelines so that you can step into your destiny. And I trust tonight that these 10 principles that I've been sharing with you tonight is going to guide you and help you to break out of this rut that you may find yourself in. So here it is. Set your reset intention. Choose one core intention. I repeat it. This is what we've done tonight. Take one thing. Start small. That will guide your reset. You just need to start small and put your emotion towards it in the future. Feel how it will feel when you do it. Not waiting for the feeling to come while you're doing nothing. Nope. Because your highest excitement is your GPS. Your highest excitement is always coming to you, signaling to you. But most of us, we brush it off. We just brush over it and we ignore it. Because it comes and then it goes. It comes and it goes. But when you're listening to that little voice that's showing to you what's happening while you are in the present moment. When you are in the present moment, you are aware of your surroundings. You are also aware of what's happening inside here. You're in touch with yourself. And when you're in the present moment, you become aware of what excites you. And when we act on it in small ways, as I've said tonight, by giving you those 10 principles. And if you feel you want to use the app, the Life Master app, to help you with the discipline, because that app will give you notifications, because now you are accountable towards yourself, and it's going to show your streaks or your missed habit executions, and that will force you then to ask yourself, why am I not sticking to my intentions? Because everything in life, intentions, will result into two things: tasks and habits. And we will execute it and we will get the result. And this is what I want to help you tonight, to step into that reality of resetting yourself. And I want to end tonight by challenging you: begin your breakthrough now. Begin your breakthrough right now. Don't say, thank you, Jeff, this was a nice, wonderful session. I won't mind if you say it, but I will be more pleased and happy when I get feedback from you by saying, Jeff, I have applied these principles, at least some of them tonight, and it's working for me. And if you would like to have more information on the app, I've got a WhatsApp group where I also, currently there's not many people on the WhatsApp group, but in that WhatsApp group I will share more details about how this app can also help you more, some secrets about that app. But it's so wonderful here tonight just to be with you and to share once again, and seeing how people are listening to their inner GPS, compass, turning inward and learning to connect with yourself, and then hearing the heartbeat of your highest excitement in the present moment. And when you act on it, how rewarding it will be. You know what's the biggest reward for me on this formula when I act on my highest excitement to the best of my ability, with zero insistence and with integrity? You know what's my biggest reward is the synchronicity. When synchronicity is happening, the confirmation, and how the confirmation just proves to you that you are actually on the right path. When your heart says, I must start that website, and when the web designer pitches up and everything just falls in line with your intention that you've put out, and that is the reward. And then you will see the next thing following synchronicities are the results in your life, the breakthroughs in your life, when we break out of stagnation. Did you enjoy tonight's show? Was it inspiring? Thank you for your beautiful feedback here tonight. For those of you who tuned in later, you're welcome to watch it there on the YouTube channel, theancientmaster.com. Theancientmaster.com is the YouTube channel. And also, give me feedback. What was one of the most important things tonight that you learned? So let me just go through your feedback here tonight. Yes, just make me realize that your plans, your goals don't have to be in 5 years. 48 hours makes so much more sense and doable. Yes, go for it. When we struggle, many of us struggle with being stuck in, and some of us may even struggle with depression, then the future looks very doom and gloom for you. Let's go for a 48-hour one. Simple, very, very, very simple how we can act on that. So if you have a 5-year plan, go for it. I'm happy for you. But we have to start with a 48-hour plan. We should have actually called this session the 48-hour breakthrough. But I think you get it. You get it. Thank you for your feedback. Yeah, I also read, I love what you're saying. Change one's routine and the aspect of familiarity. Yes, and then also I gave you already answer regarding the iOS. Not that I'm against iOS. We just started with uh, what is it? Galaxy, and it was easier to work on that platform. But for the future, I trust that we will be able to get someone on board to help us with that aspect as well. So that's definitely important in the pipeline that we want to do it. Yes, more feedback here tonight made me realize that anything is possible, and just feel about what can happen to you. Yes, my ad running from tomorrow. So for me, it's literally 48 hours. Synchronicity. That's how synchronicity is working. You are saying something, you are putting out something, and the words of confirmation comes. And again, what is synchronicity? When the external environment lines up with your inner intention that you're putting out. And then the environment happens. It's like the law of attraction is now waiting to happen, and you are connecting from inside with the outside. Now you are bending your future. You are changing your environment by you are putting out the intention. You make the difference because you put out the intention. Without intention, nothing happens. Even if you believe in a 48-hour break, this formula, whether it's a 5-year or a 48-hour one, it works for everyone every time, as long as you just follow it. I love your words here tonight. Thanks, Jeff. This is very helpful tonight. My intention always is to be very practical with you. So the more practical we are, because this formula helps us to implement, take action, small action. Simple as this. What are you going to do now, year after the show is finished? What are you going to do? What is Jeff going to do year after? And that is when you act on your highest excitement to the best of your ability. You know what? I meet many times older people who has disregarded, ignored this little voice. And now, 30, 40 years later, they sit in a miserable state because they listened to logic and they made emotional decisions without listening to their higher self. Being disconnected from the GPS system here inside, that little voice that's giving you those prompts. They used to play games as a kid. Whatever the games was, they were actually doing role play already for their career job. They were preparing and positioning themselves, and many people never act on it. And then they are operating on something secondary, and it's so disappointing when we do not act on our highest excitement. We have to make a second choice. Imagine if you are married to someone. I married this person, but I was actually more in love with that other person. So deep in my heart, I'm actually now making a second choice. How on earth will you be totally able to dedicate yourself? Totally. Because deep in your heart there will be a chamber yearning for that other part. And I'm just using that analogy, that metaphor, because what I love about this formula, it's not too late. It's not too late. You can do this when you are 80 years old, because the GPS system inside of you doesn't stop. As long as you live, it's there. It's guiding you the whole time. And the last few years, the last few months, the last few days of your life can be so meaningful and fruitful because you are living to the best of your ability fully, fully, fully to the best of your ability. I often ask people the question, if I would give you now 10 million, what are you going to do differently than now? See, that's the first question. I can ask you the second question. You hear the shocking news that you're going to die in 72 hours. What are you going to do with the last 72 hours of your life? I promise you, you're going to act according to the formula. That last 72 hours, you're going to go according to your true alignment of who you really are. When you act on your highest excitement to the best of your ability, it's like when you are saying, if it's my last day, I'm living it fully. I don't care if this is the last day or the first day. I am now in the moment. I am making the best of now. I'm in the moment. I am so tuned into myself. I am flowing according to my highest excitement. This is how it works. Then you don't think about the future anymore. Then you don't live with regrets anymore about the past. You are doing it now to the best of your ability. You are operating now according to the formula. This was a good time tonight, eh? We had a few of the challenges with the sound system tonight. I didn't know what went wrong. That's not a problem. It was so. That's how synchronicities work. It was so designed that the rest of you could tune in for the show. Some of you tuned in later. So yes, eat the elephant bit by bit. That's how we're going to do it here tonight. And do not think of the big elephant. Goodness, I don't have space to eat this big elephant. Let's go for it bit by bit. And that is how we're going to do it. Remember, change starts with the 48-hour plan that you have. Small actions, small intentions, gaining your confidence, building faith, and then, as you see it's working, go for the bigger one. Thank you so much, everyone, here tonight. I love your feedback here tonight. Made me realize live every day. Live every day like it to your last, your very last. Give your best to the best of your ability. That's how this formula is going. Act on your highest excitement to the best of your ability with zero insistence on the outcome, because the physical mind always wants to spoil it where there's no money. That's not reality. But your inner guidance, your compass is already telling you something. Act on it. Your inner compass will not disappoint you. It will not lead you into a cul-de-sac. It will not disappoint you. I promise you. It will unfold later on according to the law of synchronicities. It will unfold naturally. It will sort out itself. Life is like a river. Flow in the river. Stay in the river. The river is taking you somewhere. You are acting on it, and just enjoy the trip of life. Make the best of it. Thank you so much, everybody. Now my tea is cold. My herbal tea is still cold. Is now still fine. The ginger, whether it's hot or cold, it's still working. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you tonight for your participation there on the channel there. Thank you. It was good. I will stay in touch with you when the next episode will be, because there need to be a 30th episode for 2025. Have a good evening. Have a very good week. I'll chat to you soon. Take care, and ask any questions if you have issues about the Life Master app. Have a wonderful one. Love you all.